What is up, y'all? Brand new, and I'm back in the building. I wanted to briefly talk about Faizon Love. He was on The Breakfast Club and Sway's show, his morning show. And he pretty much talked about Dave Chappelle and the Netflix versus Monique situation. And to me, he made some very interesting comments on those particular issues. First, he pretty much said that he thought it was crazy that Dave Chappelle was even being offered. He said 40 million, and I'm thinking he's exaggerating because I always heard about the 25 million. But either way, I always thought, I'm not trying to be funny, you guys, I always thought that was a bit much for Dave Chappelle. Like I said, you guys, I never thought he was funny all like that. And in my opinion, Faizon Love just made so many interesting points. He pretty much said that the last Dave Chappelle special was good, but the ones before that were whack. I have not seen any of those specials. Like I said, I'm not a fan at all of Dave Chappelle. He's not that comedian for me that does it for me. You guys know I love Martin Lawrence, Eddie Murphy, Robin Harris, Cat Williams, like those. Monique, and like I said, I've seen Monique, out at the at her comedy show. So like those people, those are the people. Some more, those are the people that I like and go see. And even with some more, to me, some more is good, but she's not on the level of all those people, including Monique that I just mentioned. But those are the people I'm interested in. So that was interesting that he said that Dave Chappelle, all his specials are not good. He also mentioned that Dave Chappelle gets a lot of specials with Netflix all the time. They really fuck with him. And they don't fuck with Monique. That's why. And he said it's not so much of a race thing. They just really like him. And he also, I believe, called Dave Chappelle a cap nigga or some sort, honey. Anyways, he also had mentioned that he saw Dave Chappelle getting booed out on the road, because people didn't find him to be all that funny. And he also mentioned something I found very interesting. I didn't really follow the Dave Chappelle show, but I can kind of believe this. And I have seen some of the, I want to say this to be clear. I have seen some of Dave Chappelle's show, when it was on, But that was a long time ago. But to be honest with you, it wasn't all that memorable to me. It just wasn't my brand of humor. Now, don't get me wrong. He is funny. There is certain shit he said and did that I've liked. But he's not memorable to me in that way. Anyways, Faizon had mentioned that Charlie Murphy is the reason why the Chappelle show was really popping the way that it was in the first place. He said season 2, Charlie Murphy took over the writing. And that's when the show really took off. And, I can kind of get with that because he even was going back and forth with Charlamagne saying, well, what do you remember about the first season? Well, what do you remember? And then he said, well, what do you remember about Eddie Murphy's Delirious? And Charlamagne began saying different things, that Eddie said in the special. But he couldn't do that with Dave Chappelle on that first season. Now, Charlamagne, during the interview they had with Faizon on The Breakfast Club, Charlamagne kept trying to say, well, he's funny, and you don't say that, and and then Faizon, I really love how Faizon really threw it in Charlamagne's face, like, you keep saying he's funny, but you don't even remember anything specific that he said, that really made you laugh. And then Charlamagne began trying to kind of bring up things, but it wasn't really like how he was saying the Eddie Murphy comments from the Eddie Murphy special. Do you see what I'm saying? How he remembered what Eddie Murphy said, You know, because of what Eddie Murphy gave. And like I said to you guys, you know, people like Eddie Murphy, Red Fox, Robin Harris, Dave Chappelle is just not Chris Rock. To me, he's just not even like up there like that, you know. And I really do believe what Faizon Love is saying when he says that Netflix, you know, they really fuck with Dave Chappelle like that. That's why he's getting the type of offers that he's getting. Okay, so anyways, as far as the Monique situation, Faizon Love, and this is kind of where I disagree with him, I would say. He says there ain't no equal pay in Hollywood. You know, there isn't no equal pay. You know, so he said it in a way where it's like, well, she just needs to get over that, where I disagree. I still feel like if Monique felt like this situation was an issue, then she was not wrong to talk about it and make a big splash about it. Like, she wasn't wrong. You know, sometimes people need to be called out on racial and gender bias, you know, if that's the case, if that's her truth, if that's her experience. So yes, I'm still rolling with Monique, but I really did like his interviews on The Breakfast Club and then on Sway's morning show, because I really felt like he made some valid points on the whole Dave Chappelle being offered all that money. He also mentioned that Faizon Love mentioned that he doesn't even get the money that Vince Vaughn gets when they do a movie. So, you know, that's what his whole rebuttal was about with the whole equal pay. So, you know. But anyways, you guys, that's pretty much what I wanted to say on that. How do you feel? Do you feel like Faizon Love had a lot of valid points in terms of the whole Dave Chappelle being offered a lot of money from Netflix versus Monique? Do you feel like Netflix just really likes Dave Chappelle? Is Dave Chappelle, in your opinion, funnier than Monique? Like, how do you feel about this? All right, you guys, it's your girl, Brand New. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will check you guys out later.